It's now time for Party Chat Sports.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Welcome back, everybody, to Party Chat Sports. Gill, Drew Nelson, Dillon Schroeder, Princess Cam unable to join us at the moment. We'll see if he does decide to make an appearance. So, usually we talk about football, right? It's predominantly NFL, but with week 0 this week of the college football season, we are going to lean in that direction. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. Predictions of national champions, Heisman, just an overall umbrella college football season conversation. Actually, before we get that started, Dillon is dropping his quarterback episode soon if you want to discuss that and mention that at all.
It'll be tomorrow, coming to YouTube or wherever you watch our content everywhere. Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks to talk about this year. Last year I only did 6. This year I'm doing 13, and I got a little telestrator to draw on the screen, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in for that. Yeah, see who is the surprise number 2 quarterback in my ranking, since the number 1 quarterback is pretty obvious.
Yeah. Well, for some people it may not be, because a lot of people have a Nepo baby as a number 1, which honestly I think he's going to be good this year. I do. I thought he played better at the end of last year. Truthfully, I know the competition, but
He did. But if you take his last name off his back, he's got nothing. Not nothing. He's still 6'3". He's still 6'3", and he's got a good arm, but he's just any other quarterback in the group if you take away his last name.
Yeah, he's probably a second-round pick if you take his last name off, based off of last year. If he takes the next step, which who's to say he's not going to? There's a reason.
He should.
He should. Texas is going to be good, but there's going to be a lot of good teams, and actually, the quarterback you have number 1. There's a strong possibility that team wins it all. Now, they've never won it, but they might be one of the most complete teams in the country, in Oregon.
They might. Do we want to...
alert.
Yeah.
He did say consensus and for his quarterback, or who most people would think is number 1.
Is that consensus, though?
I don't know if it is.
Dante Moore being the number 1 quarterback?
Yeah.
It's fairly consensus at this point in time in August of 2026.
But
he was borderline QB1 last year if he declared.
Yeah, you could have made that argument.
And now he's going to have a whole extra. Now he's going to have a whole extra year under his belt to get after it. So
I think he made the right decision going back. It's just the way he did it, I think, is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. The waiting to the last minute, doing it on ESPN, making a spectacle of it. But if you ball out this year, no one's going to care. Not a single person is going to care. If he has a crap year and Oregon doesn't live up to the hype, and if they don't even make it to the Big Ten championship game, then there's going to be like, well, did we really need to go through this for Dante Moore? I don't see a world where that really happens. Like, you look at...
I think they're going to be just fine. I think they're going to be fine, and he's going to be just fine.
He is 4th in the Heisman odds at the moment. So
that
I don't know
sense.
Where...
I think we should we can go conference by conference, and then that'll lead us to our Natty pick. And then if we want to end with the Heisman or start with the Heisman, that's fine.
That's what I'm wondering. Do we start with Heisman, or do we start with conference by conference? Drew?
So for the Heisman, I'm kind of thinking a name that's already been mentioned. I think it could be Arch Manning.
If he has a good year, let's just get into the Heisman chat now.
I think it
All
because
right, Heisman, let's do it.
I think it because Texas should be good. Texas could be really good. And so that's going to make it easier for him to, win some games, hopefully look better than he has. And I'll be the first to say it. I haven't thought he was even remotely good in the last 2 seasons. As you said, Gill, he did get better towards the end of the year last year, but still not like a top pick in the draft or a Heisman favorite.
No.
But I do think the pieces are there around him that if he does, show that he is a Manning, it'll be easy for him to kind of win that award.
He is number 2 in the odds.
He's got an early test, and if he can overcome, because last year it was that Ohio State game early that he played like
he looked terrible.
He looked awful against Ohio State, and that's what was on everybody's radar the entire year was that sour taste. Everybody went into 2025 expecting a huge year from Arch Manning, first-year starter, his first game last year.
Let's be honest. The preseason hype was out of hand.
Oh,
it was too much. It did not – there was no merit towards all of that was happening.
No, I'm not going to disagree there.
So – and then he looked bad. But he did get better. I'd argue, though, their competition later on in the season was worse. They did play a late game, Texas A&M, that they beat them. But I don't know.
But that test
he was flexing on whatever, like Grambling State or something. He scored a rushing touchdown and was flexing over the dude on the ground. Don't forget that. That's Arch Manning.
But week 1, Texas State, and then he has a chance to overcome his demons week 2 against Ohio State. That's going to be like where we kind of see, did Arch Manning take a step this year, or is he just not that guy? Is he just not the elite? Is he not living up to the Manning name? And
we can see if Texas can win a big game.
Yeah,
they've been letdowns for years.
I also think it'll be huge that game's week 2 instead of week 1.
Yeah.
We're going to see on-field product before that matchup.
Yeah, they'll have a chance against Texas State to kind of like get the rust off, and you get your bum university out of the way.
Oh, hold on now.
I know. I'm sorry.
Don't hate on Texas State.
But, I mean, the rest of the schedule, too. At Tennessee, against your John Mateer, Oklahoma. They play Ole Miss. They play Ole Miss, who was in the college football playoff last year. They go to Missouri. They go to LSU. They go to Texas A&M. If Texas has a good season, it's going to be because of Arch Manning. So to Drew's point, they should be a better team. If they win most or a good chunk of these games, and the losses are close, I could see a world where Manning, also Nepo baby, does get a little bit more favorable odds for a Heisman there. I don't know if that is my Heisman take, though. I'm still debating.
That's mine.
Wow, I'll lock you in for it. That's crazy.
Lock me in for it.
My pick is definitely not.
I could see it. I could see it happening.
That's definitely not my pick, and there truly are so many ways to go. I mean, here's the rundown of the odds. You got CJ Carr plus 700. So plus 700 being the leader. Obviously, it's not very favored. Like, it's a wide open field. Yes. Arch Manning plus 850. Darian Mensah, who I'm going to talk about a ton in tomorrow's episode and in this one, he's plus 950 third. Dante Moore plus 1,100. Julian Sayin 1,300. Jeremiah Smith and Josh Hoover and Trinidad Chambliss 1,500. And then a bunch of dudes at above $2,000, which is Gunnar Stockton, Jaden Mayava, Sam Levitt, John Mateer, Keelan Russell, and then a bunch of people at 3,000 plus, including Marcel Reed and Lenoris Sellers. CJ Carr, in my video, I'll touch on it a little bit, but you know, he's got a big year ahead of him. Only 13 college starts so far. So he's like regarded very highly, and he'll end up on tomorrow's list pretty high. I just don't know that he declares next year. Redshirt sophomore, only 13 games under his belt. He might. But next year, he's not going to have Malachi Fields. He's not going to have Jeremiah Love. Notre Dame turns out tight ends like it's nothing, but who are the weapons? Is the weapon? And I don't know enough about Notre Dame to like say they got better or worse until we see.
I'm sure they've got.
I'm sure they do.
Notre Dame is like number 2 or tied for Ohio State for like number 1 championship odds. Like Notre Dame is supposed to field a good roster.
And a lot of that is probably because CJ Carr is number 1 in Heisman odds too. Like they think there's going to be a huge CJ Carr year, and there very well could be. He's a very good quarterback. Processing, like his eyes are awesome. Where he's maneuvering the defense as a redshirt freshman, first game, night game in Notre Dame against Miami, he was moving defenders with his eyes all night. Nonetheless, I think I'm between 2 names.
My heart tells me one thing, and I don't know if I want to trust my heart. That's where I'm
between 3 names. Between 3 names.
My heart wants to say Jeremiah Smith, just because I think he will be the best player in the country. And yes, obviously there's some bias here, but
whoa,
really?
I know, crazy. It's not also like there's a Garrett Wilson poster behind me or anything like that. But he's a dog, and if Julian's saying all he has to do is get him the ball, and I don't want to take Julian Sayin over Jeremiah.
That's all I had to do last year.
Yeah, Sayin just had to get to Jeremiah or Carnell Tate. And this year, there's no Carnell Tate. Somebody's going to step up, but it's all going to be Jeremiah. And I think he's going to be the best player in the country. Right. Best player in the country. But with how stacked this quarterback grouping is, or at least appears to be as we sit here at the end of August, I don't know if it's going to be a non-quarterback. The last time we saw a non-quarterback was when the crop was not great.
Bad.
That's when Devontae Smith
was COVID.
Bad. Yeah. I mean, that was a year that got Zach Wilson the 2nd overall pick. Like,
Justin Fields probably wins the Heisman in a full year, but we didn't have a full year, so.
True.
Here's what I agree Jeremiah Smith's the best player in the country, but he is quite simply, it's too crowded. It's too crowded. There is going to be a quarterback that's going to have a phenomenal season. That's just the way it is. My 3 names are Darian Mensah, who I think is going to have a phenomenal year at Miami. Trinidad Chambliss, who's an absolute baller. He's so good. Just to give you a sneak peek, he threw for almost 4,000 yards last year and was the number 3 QBR in the country. Like 29 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He was awesome. Obviously, the question there is they are no longer going to have Lane Kiffin. Do they regress not having that system? So that's going to be the question mark for me, which is why I'm not going to choose Chambliss. And the reason I'm going to choose Sam Levitt is because Lane Kiffin and his system, and Sam Levitt is a dog. Okay, he's got a good arm. He is like 4.4 athleticism. And if Sam Levitt wasn't on this earth, I might have chose John Mateer because I'm biased. But Sam Levitt is on this earth, and somehow going into this episode, I was choosing Darian Mensah. I was. But today's QB film room has me choosing Sam Levitt.
You really do be liking yourself some Sam Levitt there.
Drew, how's that make you feel?
He's a bum and a fraud and a phony.
He, probably does have some off the field leadership issues. Like no one probably showing up at his birthday party, but Bo Callahan probably won 3 Super Bowls for the Browns in that alternate universe. So Sam Levitt's gonna be just fine. Lane Kiffin will throw him a birthday party, and they'll be all kind of huzz there.
Huzz.
Yeah, is that what the kids are saying nowadays? Those are 2,500 odds though, plus 2,500. So
yeah, I mean, if you want to win some money, it's good.
Last year, shot. I picked one of the favorites, Cade Klubnik, for the Heisman, and I wasn't even close. So I'm throwing a shot in the dark here.
Yikes!
Darian Mensah is my non crazy pick though.
I think I'm going to Dante Moore. I think Dante Moore is going to have the best season. I think Oregon is going to look the best in the regular season, and that's what the Heisman Trophy is. There's a reason he returned, and it's going to pay off huge for the Oregon quarterback. I was going back and forth between Dante Moore, Jeremiah Smith, just because I want to be, but I'm leaning Dante Moore.
If Levitt can get a little bit more refined as a passer, then he's definitely
that's
the best
what you
athlete. And he's not even a bad thrower, but
he's not the best athlete.
If he just gets better. He's a good elusive, very elusive guy. He's got a lot of times he's got the Patrick Mahomes speed +1. He just be out there getting away.
He do be juking dudes out of their socks.
Yeah,
it's just their shoes left. The dude's gone. He's just 2 pair of shoes in the field. Where the guy was. It was actually kind of crazy. He does have a lot more. In last year's tape, he had a lot more rushing highlights than passing highlights, though, is true. So if Lane Kiffin can just do what he did with the Ferris State national champ Trinidad Chambliss and turn Sam Levitt into a dude that throws 30 touchdowns and 3 interceptions and 4,000 yards, along with maybe 1,000 rushing yards that Sam Levitt has the capability of picking up, I think that's every bit of a Heisman winner.
I mean, Kiffin's track history with quarterbacks, he had Chambliss, he had Jackson Dart. It's not a bad crop of guys. He had, who was the guy? Matt Corral, I think he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Or Matt Corral completely died on the field and ended up fading off into oblivion. He can make quarterbacks good. He's got a good resume there. I would be interested to
That's
see.
the thinking. That's the thought. He could also be bad. That's also possible.
That's also. I think a lot of people are kind of rooting for that. Kind of
a lot of his rushing attempts ended in him getting absolutely bulldozed 15 yards down the field as well, though. He likes the lower shoulder Jackson Dart style, and it's not good for your longevity.
They look similar.
Maybe that's my program.
Just from a looks standpoint.
I wonder, Jackson Dart is
Michigan State product, by the way. A lot of people forget that.
He is.
Which one?
It's true.
Sam Levitt.
Started
at Michigan State. Transferred to ASU. Big state school guy.
Yes, all about the states.
They're both 6'2", Levitt and Dart.
All right. Yeah. And Jackson Dart was I think Jackson Dart was my favorite quarterback coming out of that class.
That's
the only other one being Cam Ward.
Shedeur Sanders.
No, wrong year, I think. No, right year.
Same year.
Yeah, it was the same year.
Yeah, I remember.
Perfect timing. Hit that, Gill.
Sam Levitt is 216, 6'2", 216. Jackson Dart is 6'2", I think.
So they're the same. That's a good, yeah.
Not a bad comp.
I'll mention that tomorrow. Thanks, fellas. Needed that.
There you go.
For the content. Needed my ASU expert to weigh in before I went public with the world.
Play basketball during the season. Wrecked basketball and hurt himself.
That could derail Drew Aller, deep ball. Throw the flag. Never mind.
No.
Okay.
The reason I don't think it's going to be like Julian's saying is because if he gets the stats, like I mentioned earlier, I just feel like going through a couple of these potential winners, it's going to be all Jeremiah. And also, I see everybody else, and I think all these guys like CJ Carr, Arch, Darian, Dante, Chambliss are all going to look better than Sayin. So, Cam, if you're wondering why Julian Sayin is not going to win it and Jeremiah Smith might, it's because it's all going to go to Jeremiah.
I think Cam would probably pick Jeremiah, unless he said differently.
Yeah, I don't know that he'd argue that too much. He'd probably say something along the lines of Tavion St. Clair, GOAT, combo, or something stupid. But then he'd probably say Jeremiah Smith.
He'd actually probably say Julian Sayin to take the quarterback. But I don't know. I can't speak for him.
Josh
Lenore
Hoover way
Sellers?
too high on this list. Lenora Sellers. So the dealio with him, obviously fantastic athlete. He's 6'3", 240 pounds, runs a 4.4. He's got a cannon for an arm. All of that being said, last year he had 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and had the 65th QBR in the country. He's
Not
Anthony
great.
Richardson. He's Anthony Richardson. The ceiling is extremely high. And if he puts it all together, he can be phenomenal. Like Josh Allen levels. He's got that build, size, speed, arm. But we've just seen so many times recently that once you get to the NFL level, that's just not translating. Here, he might have a fantastic year. I just don't know that he's got similar weapons he had last year, and it didn't happen last year. So what's going to make that change this year? Unless he takes another step as a passer, which he needs to do, we'll see. I just don't think he's putting up 40 touchdown, 5 interception type numbers that it's going to take to probably win this trophy.
No.
So
Bryce Underwood in. Dude,
no.
Drew Mestameka
Not
has
at this
worse
time.
odds
I
than Underwood.
mean,
Lenore Sellers and Underwood have the same odds.
it's not impossible, but
Better
you would
than
need to see a
1%.
big jump from Bryce Underwood.
I mean, he
Under
does finally
first-
have a quarterback coach.
New head coach, new regime.
I would like to throw an honorable mention for John Mateer because he was on a Heisman pace before the thumb. He was. You have to admit it. He was. He was like number 2 in Heisman odds or something, and I was getting called a genius, and then he busted his thumb on a helmet, and he sucked the rest of the year. And he was never healthy the rest of the year. He was throwing a football with a broken thumb. So he could have a bounce back year, and he could be phenomenal. Baker Mayfield Heisman run coming from John Mateer.
And then he'll go play tight end.
He could be very good at tight end or running back, probably. I'd try him at quarterback first and then get him to tight end afterwards. He just throws so funky. It's like just
Like Philip Rivers style.
Also he's got giant muscles, just not quarterback build going on, but he plays quarterback. So
It's
Brady
like whenever
Quinn.
you
He's got a
create-
Brady Quinn build, if you remember that.
It's like whenever you create a player and you just make it as jacked as humanly possible to play quarterback.
Yeah, pretty much. He's going to crush the bench press, though, at the combine. He might break the record for quarterbacks. If he
Here's what
does.
the record is.
Gunnar Stockton, he's kind of high up here. Put him in like the Josh Hoover bucket. I just don't think Gunnar Stockton's got the talent level of the other guys. Like Gunnar Stockton, phenomenal college quarterback, but sometimes those guys just that's what they are. Aaron Murray was a phenomenal college quarterback for Georgia, SEC all-time passer. He ain't winning a Heisman. He wasn't good in the NFL. Gunnar Stockton's really good. He ain't winning a Heisman and going to the NFL to be a quarterback. It's just not. It's not how it is. Not how it's going to play out. And I'm a Georgia fan.
Let's talk about some of these teams like Georgia and start talking conferences.
Is that a good segue to the SEC?
I think so. Let's get the used to be big dogs out of the way.
All right. As the SEC expert around here,
The has-beens.
I am picking LSU to win the SEC because I picked Sam Leavitt to win the Heisman. It would only make sense that I picked LSU to win the SEC. I do think this is a year where Georgia can come back and win it. They have a lot of returning starters. Alabama, brand new quarterback. I don't think they're going to be there. Ole Miss is going to be good with Trinidad. And it's going to come down to quarterback, and it's going to come down to obviously the weapons and the defense around them because it's a team sport. But I'm going to go LSU, but I do think that SEC championship game is probably LSU Georgia or LSU Ole Miss. I don't know the schedule breakdown to know what combination is more likely, but I have LSU beating Georgia in the SEC championship game.
You said LSU Georgia or LSU Ole Miss. You would take Ole Miss to make it to the SEC before Texas or Oklahoma?
Yes. I think Oklahoma's schedule's too hard. I'm not buying Texas until I see it. I'm just not. I'm not choosing Texas, if you can tell. That was an elite reference. Like, I think Texas loses to Ohio State, and then I think Texas loses to LSU, and then I think they lose to LSU in November. I think there's a good chance they lose to Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry in October. There's a good chance they lose to Texas A&M in the end of November. I see Texas getting 2 or 3 losses.
Could say that about any of these teams, though. Like, I don't think LSU is going to sweep the SEC play. But
yeah, it's a typical. It's gonna the SEC is gonna eat itself because everyone's gonna beat everybody. LSU has games against Clemson, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Auburn, Alabama, Texas, as previously mentioned. They don't play Georgia. They don't play Oklahoma.
The odds are Georgia plus 280, Texas plus 340, Oklahoma plus 850, Bama and LSU plus 900, Ole Miss plus 1,000, A&M plus 1,100.
Yeah, see, like, Georgia's going to play Oklahoma. They're going to play Bama. They're going to play Ole Miss in Mississippi. They're going to play Auburn.
I think Bama's too high in odds with having because it's a young freshman quarterback that's starting for them, isn't it?
Keelan Russell, I believe, is a true freshman.
I think he's true or redshirt freshman.
He is a sophomore.
So redshirt.
Yeah, he's played 1 year, but threw 15 balls, so he's a true freshman or redshirt freshman. Looking at these schedules, I think Georgia has the easiest so far. Ole Miss has a semi-easy schedule, but again, like, all 4 of these teams play each other. So,
give me Texas.
He's choosing Texas. I can tell.
He's choosing Texas. He can tell.
That's right. I'm an LFL.
Sticking with the choosing your Heisman winner to win the conference.
Well, yeah, I mean it's pretty much same logic. I could see Texas being a very good football team. And if Arch is just, not terrible. Like, the Ohio State-Texas game was close for a lot of it, even though he was...
Because him and Sane were both bad. Him and Sane were not good in that game.
So if he was just... Even if he's not, like, Heisman, if he's just better, they'll be a pretty good team. But obviously I picked him to win Heisman, so if he does have a Heisman year, then they will be a very good team.
Caden Weegan with the punt return touchdown for the Steelers. Let's go. You just made the team, bucko.
Texas does have the 3rd hardest strength of schedule in the SEC. Georgia has the easiest strength of schedule in the SEC. LSU is right in the middle, essentially, in terms of strength of schedule.
LSU Georgia conference championship game.
Damn it, I feel good.
Oklahoma finishes 3rd.
If you want to be a good team, you got to beat good teams.
Yep.
I could see Georgia just because Georgia's one of those teams like Bama used to be, where they're just going to probably be there right in the conversation.
They returned a lot of guys too. They returned a lot of guys this year. They didn't have that giant draft class as they usually do.
Yeah, that kind of makes me lean Georgia, which I hate. But the consistency, if Gunnar Stockton looks better, it's Kirby in the SEC, an easy-ass schedule. I don't know how they'll fare in the playoffs, but we're not talking playoffs. We're talking conference winners. So give me Georgia beating Texas. I think Texas makes it.
Not choosing Texas.
Come on, baby.
All right. Georgia. Thank you for putting that on the board since I didn't. Why don't we jump to the ACC now?
Miami.
ACC. Yeah, Miami 100%.
Miami across the board. All right, we're done with that.
Darian Mentz is gonna light it up, dude. They're gonna go undefeated. He's going to destroy the. Darian Mentz already won the ACC once with Duke. He's doing it with Miami.
Malachi Tony could win. Was it the Blinknikov?
The Blankenship or the Blinknikov?
Whatever the wide receiver was.
The Blindnikov?
I think it's the Blitnikov. Yeah, he could.
I don't know.
He could give Jeremiah a run for his money if Levitt doesn't produce. I'm sorry, not Levitt. Saying. There's a lot of quarterback names floating around my head last 48 hours.
I mean, they were just Natty, and they upgraded at quarterback.
Yes. They lost Ruben Bain, though.
They did lose a couple of players on that defensive line. Ruben Bain, the guy that the Chargers took.
That was opposite of him.
Messidor.
Yeah. I'm sure they got backups that are going to fill in those spots, though.
Yeah. They've got a good coach.
They do got a good coach.
They'll be okay.
Tony's going to go crazy. Mentz is going to go crazy.
Who's the second best team in the ACC?
Duke? Virginia? I don't know. Virginia was in the ACC championship last year.
Louisville
or SMU?
An SMU.
Low key, it could be NC State with CJ Bailey. Bet you haven't heard of him before. 6'6", cannon for an arm. CJ Bailey.
I was thinking Virginia Tech.
They probably don't have a good defense, but CJ Bailey's nice. After studying the progression of Drew Aller in just 3 preseason games under Mike McCarthy, I'm never buying James Franklin teams ever again.
I think James Franklin.
I don't think you should.
He's definitely not good for the elite programs. Virginia Tech's a good spot for him. That's like the Vandy, Virginia.
It would
Tech.
be nice for Virginia Tech to be good again, so they can have some rockin' night games to enter Sandman.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Penn State did win 10 games multiple. They were a good team. They were just not a
Mike Tomlin of the.
They just didn't produce any quarterbacks, though. I think is kind of what Dillon's getting at.
Yeah,
but they could be good, especially at a smaller program like that.
Also, I was watching this video on one of the backups for Penn State. Enter the portal. I think he got hurt. Enter the portal thinking, all right, he's going to go to Virginia Tech. He's going to join James Franklin. While at Virginia Tech on his visit, Virginia Tech ended up signing the backup's backup to be their quarterback.
That's crazy.
So this guy ended up going, I think it's Bo or something, actually.
Bo Nix.
No. I just saw his name as I was looking at the Heisman odds. I think, Bear Bachmeier. I think it was that guy. So he ended up signing up.
The Bills executive chef is showing off their food at the stadium right now. It looks delicious. Anyway.
I was watching the Bear Bachmeier. I'm pretty sure it's Bear Bachmeier. His situation, how everything unfolded with Virginia Tech and how shady that was. Hey, I'm going to bring you in. You're on a visit. You're pretty much going to be our quarterback, except while you're here, we're going to take your old backup instead. Sign him.
Was he good?
Yeah.
It was the guy that replaced Drew Aller. The guy that Bachmeier.
The guy that went into the game.
Was hurt.
And played.
That's the guy Virginia Tech signed.
As far as the ACC goes, though, it's Miami. It could be Clemson, I guess, just if Dabo ever figures it out ever again.
But who does Clemson have?
Florida State? They're supposed to be okay. They never win anything, though. So
Doesn't Louisville have like a solid roster, or maybe just a solid quarterback or something?
They have a really good running back, Isaac Brown. They have Lincoln
Is that
Kienholz.
your guy from?
Oh, they got
Isaac
Lincoln
Brown.
Kienholz?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
The Ohio
right.
State quarterback.
And they got like new black uniforms. I don't know why I said uniform like
Black
that. but-
Uniforms.
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 But Louisville's going to be fun.
SMU is cool. I like SMU, so it'd be cool if they
SMU
were good.
is sick. They play at Ford Stadium and they got a Mustang on their helmet. Man, they're awesome. But they're not good.
I ended up being SMU in like one of my offline dynasties, and that was a fun one. Jeff Fromm, head coach of the Louisville Cardinals.
Big
I
12?
think it's
Texas Tech. Very easily.
Yeah, I picked Texas Tech too. Even though they don't got Brennan Sorsby, they got all that other oil money they spent on everybody else. And I'm
Also,
sure
LSU beat 'em
didn't they
last
just
year.
get
With Jeff Sims at
Didn't-
quarterback.
who'd they just get though to be their quarterback?
Not necessarily to be the quarterback, but a quarterback. What's
Will
his
Hammond
face?
is going to be the starter. He's coming back.
They just brought somebody in though.
Thomas.
Oh,
Like,
didn't they
within the
get
last
day.
Castellanos? Yeah,
Yeah.
Castellanos. After Boston College and Florida State.
in UCF.
He was really good when they played Alabama, and then not good after
Wait.
that.
And then not good again. Yeah.
Oh, this dude was fun for. I remember this guy.
Castellanos?
Yeah.
Who
Florida State.
Who else could win the Big
The
12?
Devils, baby.
Tell us why.
I think
Technically-
ASU could.
Their odds are so bad.
I know.
They're sleeping. Listen, Cutter Boley going to go crazy. With
Cutter Boley,
Marion Miller.
Wildcat.
They've got some of the best transfers, especially on offense, in the country. And Marion Miller and something Reed out of Boston College at wide receiver. Just some absolute dogs. Running back. We don't got Cam Scattaboo ain't walking out those doors, but we got some dudes. We've had I can't remember how many years in a row it's been that we've had a 1,000-yard rusher. So our running back coach knows what he's doing. We got freaking the GOAT Steeler, the non-Hall of Fame
Hines Ward,
Steeler.
best non-Hall of
Hines
Famer
Ward.
ever.
Yeah.
The best Hall of Good ever to be ever.
So yeah,
Or Hall
I
of
think
Great,
the
whatever they
defense,
call
the
it.
offensive line, and the defense, we'll see what happens. But ASU could win it. I mean, they're a good team. They have the potential to be a great team. No one thought ASU was going to be any good when they made the playoffs. So Kenny Dillingham is a good
It's true.
coach. So when you have that,
He
you have
is.
the potential to be a good team. Not saying I already picked Texas Tech. Don't get me wrong, but ASU could be competitive.
Yeah.
BYU.
I mean,
will
Texas
be
Tech
good.
is Texas Tech is minus 105 to win the conference.
I mean, they
So
should
it's-
be.
Yeah,
If
they got the
if
money.
you compare their
BYU
NIL to the rest of the
sucking.
conference, it's probably a massive gap.
Yeah. BYU's plus 500 in second. Utah's plus 900 in third. Everybody else is 1,500 or higher. Houston, TCU, maybe. Yeah.
It's like
Could be worse.
Sky,
Could be Cincinnati, Colorado, or Iowa State plus 10,000.
That's not good.
Good lord. Well, Iowa State's cooked because Matt Campbell took everybody. What do you
To
like
be
to
fair to
say?
you, Drew, just going back to the ACC for a second, just because I pulled this up, Louisville and SMU are both tied for second in the ACC at plus 750. So just
Yeah,
you call them both out. So
I wonder how. I'm looking at the list. Man.
I only
that's
had
how
the,
that's how I got those two.
yeah.
But
Oh.
thanks for the credit.
Oh, I thought you just
Nailed
knew
it.
ball. That's my bad. My bad.
know
I
better
gave you
than
too much
that.
credit. MAC conference winner, Eastern Michigan University.
Toledo. TOL.
I don't know if it will be Toledo. There's a lot of transition this year.
Eastern.
It's not going to be Eastern, I'll tell you that.
Let's go. Bring it home to the factory, baby. Crosby.
Hell will freeze
NIL.
over before Eastern wins.
That's not true. It's not true. There's an
Miami of
Eastern
Ohio,
Michigan Conference
Western.
champ in my household. There's an Eastern Michigan Conference champ in my household.
Is there?
It's not me, though. It's not me.
It's not you.
Courtney did win, though. They won the championship, the conference.
Good for her.
Toledo is favored, by the way. Miami,
Toledo's
Ohio.
favored.
They're right down the road from me. They could win.
Western
Miami,
Michigan's
Ohio.
always going to be right in there.
Screw Western Michigan.
How about UMass coming out of nowhere?
No.
Sac
State. Sac State's got a much higher odds than UMass. UMass might got the worst odds I've ever seen on this list so far.
What about Sac versus Ball in the MAC championship?
The Ball Sac
Sac
championship. That would go crazy.
It'll probably be
do
Western. I could see Western or Miami. I don't want to take Toledo. With this new head coach, all the transition, I don't know how that's going to look year one with Mike.
I think it'll be Miami.
Kind of forgot there's a new coach.
But it's coming to the factory. It's coming home. If it's not Miami.
I mean, Toledo
Western-
just gets such, so many better players.
The recruiting's always good for Toledo, which is one of my biggest grievances I had with Jason Candle was they'd have the number one class in the MAC for multiple years and not enough championships to match that.
Yeah.
He'd fold, he'd screw up, or somebody
Where'd
would
he
fall
go?
apart. UConn.
Man, he should have taken a bigger job a long time ago, I feel like.
Well, he was in.
If he would have won more, I guess, is your point.
Well, he was interviewed right down the road from me. Brian Day came up here to talk to him about the OC job. I think that was the year he hired Bill O'Brien. Jason Candle was in the running for that. He was in the running for Miami's OC job at one point.
He should have been a PJ Fleck. Take the upgrade to Big Ten school,
For the boats.
He's going to carry the boat. I got Western
do we
winning
want
the
to do
MAC.
all right. Do we want to do all the little conferences or just jump to the Big Ten now?
No, we only care about the MAC.
Okay. All right. The Big
Action, baby.
Ten, the
It's-
closest odds at the top. You got Ohio State plus 185, Oregon plus 270, Indiana plus 300, and then USC at plus 1300. Michigan at plus 1600.
I don't think it's going to be Indiana.
No.
Start off with that.
I
Even though
don't.
Kurt
Yeah.
Signetti is the man, and I love him now. He did the
He's a-
coolest thing ever in the history of sports, basically.
He did his college football dynasty. He did it.
Yeah,
He
he's
did.
done.
Yeah.
He can now win another game, and he's still a legend in my book. So
He took Indiana
They-
of all teams.
in Indiana was one of the oldest teams in college football last year. They lost a bunch of dudes. They're rated high because of last year, but they won. They are not in a program spot to just reload like that and re-rack like Georgia, like Ohio State, like Bama, like all these other schools. But, haters were hating on them saying they couldn't win last year. So maybe they can this year and they can reload, but they got to show it again before they can get that back-to-back hype.
That's where Josh Hoover went. You kept saying Hoover, and I couldn't remember where he was at.
Yeah, he went to Indiana.
And then they also got the Michigan State wide receiver too, I believe.
they've
did.
got one of the top projected players in the country.
They also got that
A wide
white wide
receiver.
receiver. Yeah,
That's
that
what I'm
white
talking
dude.
about.
Yeah, he was 6'5". He was going absolutely nuts.
Oh.
Charlie Becker?
Becker.
Charlie Becker?
Yes.
Yes. He was catching them Mendoza balls, man, and we were all just wowed.
Yeah.
We were Googling to see if he was draft eligible that night. I remember. He was not. So
Yep.
that he will be good. I agree.
they'll be good. They're just not going to be undefeated, and they're not going back.
I mean, I guess it's in the cards, but I just wouldn't. I wouldn't pick that.
No, I wouldn't. And now they've got a mark on their back too. So we'll see how they bounce back after.
I'm picking Dante Moore and Oregon Ducks because he's the best quarterback in the country, and that's going to go a long way, whilst also at the same time having a really good roster.
That's kind of where I lean. Keeping with the theme of my Heisman Trophy winner is going to win the conference, Dante Moore.
There you go.
Is going to win. As I know, Cam's going to hate me and say I'm not a real fan because I'm not thinking.
You're not a real fan. You're not.
But I think the defense is going to
take
take a
off
step
your
back.
Clothes.
What?
Yo, actually, chill.
Hold on a second.
Oh, man.
Ohio State's defense is going to take a little bit of a step back, I think. I am interested to see what Arthur Smith brings to the offense. Defense is going to take a step back. The Arthur
Tight
Smith,
ends.
a lot of tight ends.
Backup tight ends.
Your boy Jonnu Smith actually just signed somewhere today. I think it was.
Yeah.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Dang, Drew Aller just made a great play, roll out of the pocket, hit his dude in the absolute worst spot that you could, right in the hands.
Hate that. Hate to see that.
Throwing to absolute insurance salesman out here in week 3 of the preseason. Man, I don't know why he didn't start, and that bum Will Howard started.
I don't really want to pick Oregon.
You don't have to.
I don't really want to pick Ohio State either.
You don't have to.
I already said I'm not going to pick Indiana.
You don't have to.
Where's this going?
I don't believe in USC.
Oh, boy.
Let me
you know who that leaves?
tell you.
Penn State.
You know who that leaves?
Penn
Let me
State
tell you
with Matt
about
Campbell and
Jaden
Rocco
Maava. Let me tell you about Jaden Maava.
Tell me about him.
Jaden Maava, 6'4".
Yeah, I don't care. Give me the Wolverines, baby. Go Blue!
You didn't want any shares of Jaden Maava? It's fine.
No, I'm not interested. Give me Bryce Underwood taking a huge leap. Give me some Savion Hyder, being a just absolute dog.
Is he the one that was super fast that never played?
He is a true freshman running back. Top running back prospect.
For sure.
Coming out of high school. Yeah, that's pretty much it. New coach that was, replacing a regime that just did not know how to do anything. Barham looks like a completely different player on the Cowboys than he showed on Michigan's team last year. So I have no confidence in what anyone on that coaching staff was doing last year or the year before that. So
a lot of bad coaching staffs floating around.
Listen, coaching is important, especially with younger players. I mean, it's important all the way through the NFL. It's important in college. It's important everywhere. So if you got some freaks leading the way, you're not going to have good results. So
he was a freak, man.
Well, Michigan didn't have the most exciting. I don't think it's like the most exciting hire. Like Dillingham would have been exciting. I still think it's a good hire. He made Utah relevant while he was there. So we'll see.
Okay. He took over for a head coach that made Utah relevant.
Jaden Maava is Jared Goff, by the way. That's his pro comp. Stay tuned.
That's not a bad pro comp. That's not a bad one.
Number one overall pick, man. Number one overall pick. A bad one, but a number one overall pick.
He actually
10-year NFL career. I mean, what more do you want from me?
He's one of the top passing leaders over the last couple of years.
So USC might do it. Probably not.
Lions' tenure has actually been fairly decent.
I don't know who he's throwing to because they just lost their top 2 wide receivers to the draft. But
yeah, I don't know.
National champion Miami Hurricanes. Darian Mensah lifting the title. Going against my Heisman pick because they picked the Heisman before that game, I think. I also put / Mensa in the Heisman line on my spreadsheet. So, Miami. Darren Mensa's going to do it, man. He's going to do it. Or they're going to be Clemson from last year, and they're going to suck. But I think they're going to do it.
I think Oregon's going to beat Notre Dame. I don't know why I'm feeling this Oregon hype this year, but
I ain't ever believing in Notre Dame to make it anywhere ever.
well, I mean, Ohio State just beat Notre Dame in a national championship, so Marcus Freeman can get there.
True.
I ain't believing it. That was a fluke year anyway.
They don't have a conference, so they'll play whoever they want to play. They'll make it to the playoffs this year. They made sure of that.
Oh, they have a guarantee. They have a guaranteed spot in the 12 every year.
Yeah. They'll make it, and then how will the cards unfold? And
yeah, what do they do when they run into Ole Miss or Georgia or Oklahoma in round 1?
we'll see. We'll see what CJ Carr's about.
Or Ohio State.
Probably win.
Maybe. Probably.
Notre Dame is not bad.
They're
not going to pretend to be a Notre Dame fan, but they're definitely.
I think if they get in at like the number 5, because they're never going to be top 4 because they're not winning a conference. At least it's highly unlikely. They get in at number 5. They got Georgia coming on the road. Well, no, 5 plays 12. Georgia's probably going to be above 12.
Georgia never plays on the road. They'd find a way to play in Atlanta or something. They play in the Peach Bowl.
Probably. No, they're going to get some cupcake that's number 12, like Memphis or something, and then
SMU.
roll into a matchup with like 7 or 8 or something, which could be then Georgia in Atlanta in the Peach Bowl. They're going to get rocked.
I'm not buying into Ohio State this year. I know them and Notre Dame are
number 1 curse, the number 1 ranked curse. So
that I like Julian saying, but I'm just not the biggest Julian.
In Big Ten, 3 years in a row.
Julian Sand is perfectly fine college system quarterback, just like I was saying for Gunnar Stockton. Great college quarterback, works in his system, hits the top of his drop, boom, he's hitting the open guy. But he is not this talent at the quarterback position that's going to elevate Ohio State. He is just the current quarterback. That's all he is.
He's a good quarterback for Ohio State.
Game manager. You know, Cam liked to use that word. JJ McCarthy was being a game manager. That's all saying is.
Sane's better than JJ McCarthy, I would say. Like, he actually throws 200+ yards. But yeah, you're right.
Fine.
He's an elite game manager.
He doesn't have an NFL on him, and he's too small.
No, for NFL standards, he's no,
and he's too small. So
the size is what really bothers me with saying. A lot of pieces Ohio State lost, especially defensively.
If he wasn't throwing to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate last year, I had my questions. Luckily for him, he is. Yeah. But
the running back room, Bo Jackson has, I don't know. I mean, his acceleration is some crazy work for what it should be.
He got it's 82 speed,
but like
85 acceleration.
The acceleration is
99 acceleration to 82 speed.
Don't make sense. Oregon, I think they're going to be the best team in the country, and they're going to be led by Dante Moore. I'm a huge Dan Lanning fan, and they're finally going to get their 1 national championship. They're going to finally be in the national championship conversations. And if they don't, it's going to be Ohio State's fault, because that's how it usually ends for Oregon.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ella Langley, who you taking?
Not Texas.
Ooh. That's a shame.
Not Texas.
Where'd your cam go? You're missing.
My what?
Your camera is
I lost
gone.
him for a second, but I see him.
Oh. Okay.
I don't see him no more.
Hiding
It'll probably be fine. It'll probably be fine. I'm sure that won't cause any issues.
Go ahead and give me the Fighting Irish.
Give me my theme music.
Give me the Fighting Irish.
That's crazy.
Wow.
No wonder you were trying to defend him so much just now.
Listen, I think CJ Carr is going to be pretty good. I didn't pick him for Heisman, partially because he was the favorite, and that's boring. But yeah, I think he'd be pretty good. And Notre Dame seems to always, like, obviously they're being independent. Their schedule is usually pretty easy. I don't know. This is, the playoffs and all. It's hard to be lucky, but they seem to always luck into an easy route to the championship. Maybe something about being Irish, but I think they could win. It's hard to have confidence in any of the teams, especially in kind of the playoff setting that happens. I mean, that's why we've seen it's been good for college football in that regard, the playoffs, as long as we don't keep expanding to freaking 30 million teams all make it. 12 is fine. Any higher
12
than
is
this,
a good number.
Any higher than this is bad. But I think that they're have just as good a chance to win as any of the other top teams that will make it into the playoffs. We'll see. I mean, it's all going to come down to, like, even last year, like, no one had any idea that who Mendoza was until, close to the end of the season. I was like, hey, this guy's
Except
pretty
for
good.
Todd McShay.
So it's going to be the same. It could be the same this year. Obviously, there's a lot more high-profile guys, but we're not going to have any idea who it actually is. There's going to be guys that become elite, and there's going to be guys that become bums, and we're not going to know until months from now. So I think Notre Dame, same with all these other top teams, they bring in great recruits. They're going to be a good team.
All right,
Coach.
that's a good spread. We got some Miami love, some Oregon, some Notre Dame. Ohio State wasn't picked to do a darn thing, so we'll just go ahead and jot down Cam for that.
They were in spirit. They were.
Yeah. But I think that just goes to show the amount of top teams that we have this year, and it's not just it's going to be Alabama. It should be a really good year of college football. It should be a really good year of college football, ultimately.
And NIL has been good in that regard, where there are a lot of teams who can compete now.
Yeah, that's helpful.
If they just clamp down on all the extra crap, which they're starting to.
I think Penn State's going to be a fun team. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big Matt Campbell guy. Some Rocco Beck.
Rocco Beck is cool. Rocco Beck's cool.
Now, I don't know how much they'll compete in the Big Ten this year, but because there are some top teams of the Big Ten, like we mentioned, Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana. But if we're talking about fun college football, I am very interested to see what year one Matt Campbell looks like. Other than that, what else? Do we have anything else to add?
I don't think so.
All right, gentlemen. Well, college football will be here this weekend. Dillon's quarterback episode is going to be up tomorrow. So make sure you check us out at Party Chat Sports. We are on TikTok, sorta. That's a whole ordeal, actually. YouTube is where you should check everything out at Party Chat Sports. Wherever you get your podcasts. We're up on Twitter as well. Again, anywhere and everywhere. All at Party Chat Sports. Until next time. Peace.
Go Devils.
Bye.